1-800-920-1140, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Casey, let's start on the text line. Need a running back with Elijah Mitchell on the bench. Would you offer Ayuk for Jeff Wilson Jr.?
Short term, I might. I hate making short term decisions. It depends on how your team's doing. I mean, if you definitely need to win this week, if you're like 2-4 or something, you definitely win. I might do it, but I'm thinking long term. I'm thinking Mitchell's going to put Wilson on the bench, and I probably want Ayuk.
So probably you want Ayuk, huh? All right, another one on the text line, 916-339-1140. Would you start Mahomes against the Niners, or would you go with Dak against the Lions?
That's a tough call. I like Mahomes a lot in the matchup. I think they're going to cut Dak loose, and it's a fantastic matchup. It has the most favorable matchup points for both for the Cowboys this week. So I think Prescott has that kind of upside. The only concern I have is I might get a lead and hand the ball off a lot. So from that case, I could consider Mahomes, but I like the upside of Prescott against that terrible Lions defense.
Casey Joyner with us here from the footballscientist.com, also works for The Athletic. Tonight, Thursday Night Football fantasy blog, while the game is happening, will be authored, we'll say, by Casey Joyner. Casey was willing to answer all of your questions. 916-339-1140. Fancy question from the YouTube channel. Our friend Chris Watkins says, with Dallas Goedert out on a bye, does he go with Schultz, Ingram, Gesicki, or Bellinger?
Schultz, Ingram, Gesicki, or Bellinger. I like Schultz because of the upside there. Boy, that's a tough one. I'm probably going to go Schultz because, again, that Lions defense, again, I measure matchup points for teams, for opponents on a 1-100 basis. 100 is most favorable. Dak has 100 points. Schultz has 100 points. The running backs have 100 points. It's like the perfect matchup for the Cowboys. The only thing is, only one ball to go around, but I still like Schultz's upside there.
Another question from the YouTube chat here. Kamikaze asks, should he play Pierce or Josh Reynolds?
Is he talking Damien Pierce?
I have to imagine. Are you talking Damien Pierce, Kamikaze? Are you talking Damien Pierce? While I get the answer to that, here's a question for you from Chris on the YouTube channel again. Casey, Hunt, D. Harris, or Zeke?
Hunt, D. Harris, or Zeke? Oh, that's a tough one. This is a week where I'm expecting that Zeke is going to have a really good week. Hunt, D. Harris. Harris might be splitting. I'm probably going to go Zeke because of that matchup. I think they're going to give him a ton of carries. He's had yardage the last couple weeks. Not like he's lacked for it, and they're going to give him a ton of carries. Again, only one ball to go around, but when you got the Lions, even if you only get 60 plays, everybody's going to have a good game.
All right, so here's the answer to the question. It was not Damien Pierce. It was Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce or Josh Reynolds? Okay,
Alec Pierce or Josh Reynolds. Okay, I'm thinking Damien. I'm like, can't be Damien Pierce. Okay, Alec Pierce or Josh Reynolds. The only thing I'm concerned about Reynolds is that's a very tough matchup there defensively. And mind you, Diggs is a great cornerback, but you can beat him in coverage. I don't know if he would get there. I'm probably going to go Pierce because the Tennessee secondary is in the bottom 4 in the league in most major passing categories. I think they're dead last in yards per attempt allowed. So I like Pierce's ability to get a touchdown there.
Casey joining with us. We remind you that coming up in about 10 minutes, Jordy Fernandez, associate head coach of the Kings, will be joining us here on Cattles Ramie, Sactown Sports. No Ramie today, just Cattles. KC, footballscientist.com, also works at The Athletic. He is on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. KC, with Dak coming back, how much do you think that impacts the value of Lamb and Gallup?
Lamb, again, 100 matchup points for Lamb. He's second on the list, only behind Debo this week as far as receivers go. As far as Gallup goes, how much are they going to incorporate him into the offense? How many targets are they going to get him? Because you're going to get Zeke his carries, you're going to get Pollard, you're going to get Schultz, you're going to get all these other guys, and I think Gallup could be 4th or 5th on the list. So I've got him ranked 30th on my wide receiver board this week. I like his upside. Again, he's got 100 matchup points. I'm playing him. If I need an upside flex play, I'm playing him. I'm not trusting him for anything more than that, though.
We have a text line question asking if they should start Bailey Zappi. I'll answer that one. Sounds like Mac Jones. Sounds like Mac Jones is going to be starting on Monday night. But let's say Mac doesn't start. Would you consider starting Zappi against Chicago?
Mind you, Zappi did great because the Browns defense is terrible in many ways. I have Mac Jones rated 27th on my quarterback charts. Only P.J. Walker's worse. Ugh. I think that Zappi would be only a slight upgrade from that.
Look at you, huh? Attacking Mac Jones like that, KC Joyner. I don't know if I appreciate that. Derek Carr or Jared Goff on the text line?
Derek Carr, I like Carr more because of the matchup. I mean, I like Goff in some ways, but that's a tough matchup. And I think the Texans defense, I think Carr's going to be more consistent. I just don't like Goff downside there.
Another text line, 916-339-1140. How about Sutton or Lockett?
Sutton or Lockett? I'm probably going to take. Oh man, I don't like Sauce Gardner versus Sutton, so I'll take Lockett.
Let me ask you a local question here about Jimmy G. Is he a good bye week replacement, KC, going against a Kansas City passing defense that frankly has not been very good?
Kansas City is last in the league. They've allowed more completions, attempts, and passing touchdowns than any team in the league. Jimmy Garoppolo on my charts is 13th on my quarterback charts, 91 matchup points, 100 fireworks points. I really like him. In fact, I wondered if I might rate him a little higher than that, especially with the bye week. So as far as being a fill-in, a stream starter, spot starter, yeah, I really like him for that. Because the one thing you want right now in fantasy football, with as many bad teams and players as there are in fantasy football right now, you want any upside play in the lineup you can get, and he's one of those.
Last one for you, KC. Joe on the YouTube channel chat was offered Amon-Ra St. Brown and Akers for Gabe Davis. He's leaning towards accepting. Should he?
I just did my rest of season rankings for my favorite gold subscribers on my site and looked at wide receivers. And the Buffalo has so many of their players have some of the best rest of season matchup points in the league right now. I want to have that in my lineup. I want Gabe Davis. I like him and Ross St. Brown well enough and all, and Akers, I don't know what happens to him, but I want Gabe Davis in my lineup.
His name is KC Joyner, footballscientist.com, also The Athletic. Don't forget, Thursday Night Football blog. KC will be doing that tonight, so follow along, KC. We appreciate you, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, there goes KC Joyner, one of the best fantasy experts out there. You want to talk about analytics and numbers? Guy's got tons of them. And, of course, all guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Let's give away a pair of tickets